RBS runs a product called FX Micropay, which is responsible for low-value, high-volume foreign exchange processing. We've had some penetration into the mobile space in the past. We're a preferred provider solution from GSMA from 2 years ago for mobile remittances. RBS has been involved from 2000, 2001. We're a member of the Mobi Forum. We've been looking at a number of different products. We were there when it became the battle between banks versus mobile phone companies. I think that's kind of played itself out, and we've had a coming to terms across all the different operators and all the different banks to say that we can work together to create a solution. You get into the world of banked versus unbanked. Those who are banked are going to remain banked. And so the interaction now becomes, how can we provide services to each other? Fundamentally, that's what we're hoping happens, because my business is all about foreign exchange. That implies someone can take their Singapore-based phone to the Philippines and pay in Sing dollars in the Philippines. That's ideal for me. How you integrate that and how do you build that out and how do you have interoperability, it's going to require the operators and the payments companies who are building this to work together. To me, it's very similar to the fact that a Visa and MasterCard both are 16-number codes. If they weren't both 16 numbers, it'd be really hard to use the same point-of-sale terminals. They use each other's infrastructure to do that because they realize interoperability makes it much greater and much more ubiquitous for people to sign up and take on charge of those items. We're very much hoping that's going to be the case and that we're at the forefront of it. Well, NFC ultimately is going to be a card payment facility. I think your first round of it might be small value cash, but ultimately, credit cards are already, a lot of credit cards are already NFC. If the operators are going to put NFC readers or cards or card-like elements in a phone, we as banks are going to want to put Visa and MasterCards and our own debit cards into those facilities. To me, that's a different type of plastic. It's a different shape of plastic, but ultimately it would be a bank product. As a bank, as you start to see customers have those devices, you're going to want to put out terminals and readers to your merchants so that they can take those cards. So ultimately, as it ratchets it up the value chain and you start with small value, I'm paying for a Coke or I'm paying for a newspaper, it's a cash replacement system. You start talking about using your mobile phone with NFC to buy a new 3D LCD television. Now you're going to use a credit card and you're going to use a bank product to get through that world. So I think, yes, we're very much interested in it. Who do you call now when someone steals your Visa card? It's the same concept. You end up going to a bank and going through the process. There's a repudiation process. I think from a bank perspective, when you're putting your products on there, if it's a PIN-based solution, who holds the PIN and where's the lock on that process? I think the other change that you'll see is that consumers right now look at their device as being a phone. Okay, they don't look at it as being their wallet. If suddenly that device has all their money in it and they use it to make payments, securing it with PIN numbers, making sure they know where it is, not leaving it on the table is something that's going to happen a lot quicker and people are going to understand it in greater detail. I think right now losing your device is 300 pounds and your company replaces it. Losing your device and it has all your ID and your cash in it, it's a very big different story. And then you're going to start to see people understand that and be much more secure with their mobile phones.